The silent breakthrough. Dr. Isabella Martinez stared at the quantum field readings scrolling across her holographic display, her heart racing. After 15 years of ridicule from the scientific community, she finally had proof. The quantum resonance patterns were stable, maintaining coherence far longer than anyone had thought possible. Her team at the Global Advanced Physics Institute had achieved what others claimed violated the laws of physics. "Director Thompson needs to see this," she muttered, downloading the data to her neural interface. The underground facility hummed with the steady pulse of the quantum core, a sound that had become as familiar as her own heartbeat over the years. Walking through the pristine white corridors, Isabella noticed the usual skeptical glances from passing researchers. They still saw her as the crazy scientist chasing impossible dreams. Even after all these years, the whispers followed her. "There goes Martinez, still trying to bend quantum mechanics to her will." The director's office door slid open with a soft hiss. Richard Thompson looked up from his desk, his expression already showing the familiar mix of patience and doubt. "Dr. Martinez, what brings you here today?" "We did it," Isabella said, projecting the data onto his wall screen. Stable quantum field manipulation at room temperature. The resonance patterns maintained coherence for over 30 minutes. Thompson leaned back in his chair, studying the readings. "You understand why I'm skeptical, Isabella. Every physicist in the world says this is impossible." "Every physicist except me," she countered, highlighting key segments of data. "Look at these patterns. We're not fighting quantum decoherence anymore. We're working with it. The field doesn't collapse because we found a way to make it self-sustaining." Before Thompson could respond, a priority alert flashed across both their neural interfaces. Dr. James Wilson, their head of deep space monitoring, appeared as a hologram in the center of the office. "Director, Dr. Martinez, you need to see this immediately." Wilson's usually calm voice carried an edge of excitement or fear. Isabella couldn't tell which. "We've detected something approaching from the Carina sector. Well, you should see for yourself." The wall screen shifted to show a massive energy signature moving toward Earth at impossible speeds. Isabella's trained eye immediately noticed something peculiar about the readings. "Those energy patterns," she whispered. "They're quantum-based, but far more advanced than anything we've achieved." "First contact," Thompson breathed. "It has to be. No natural phenomenon could produce those signatures." The next few hours passed in a blur of activity. As news of the approaching object spread through official channels, Isabella couldn't shake the feeling that her breakthrough, and this arrival, couldn't be coincidence. She returned to her lab, driven by an instinct she couldn't explain. "Run a comparative analysis," she ordered her AI assistant. "Match our quantum field patterns against the alien signature." The results made her blood run cold. The fundamental frequencies aligned perfectly, too perfectly to be chance. Somewhere out there, an advanced civilization had mastered the very technology Earth's scientists had dismissed as impossible. A week later, the first message arrived. The alien transmission cut through all Earth's communication channels, its clarity suggesting technology far beyond human capabilities. "To the primitive species of Earth, your recent quantum experiments have drawn our attention. You stumble toward understanding like children playing with fire. For your own safety, cease these dangerous attempts at advancement. You are not ready. We approach to ensure compliance." Isabella stood in her lab, reading the message again and again. 15 years of being told her work was impossible, and now an alien civilization was treating them like children for even attempting it. Anger rose in her chest, replacing fear with determination. "Run full power sequence," she commanded. The quantum core thrummed to life, its energy filling the chamber with a soft blue glow. "They think we're children playing with fire. Let's show them how hot human innovation can burn." Her neural interface pinged with urgent messages from military command and scientific institutions worldwide. Everyone who had dismissed her work now demanded answers. Explanations, solutions. Isabella allowed herself a small, grim smile as she began compiling her research data. The aliens thought they were coming to stop a primitive species from hurting itself. Instead, they would find humans had not only grasped quantum engineering, but had developed it in ways they might never have imagined. Where alien civilizations had perhaps followed a linear path of technological advancement, humans had been forced to think creatively, to find solutions no one else had considered. As Isabella prepared to present her findings to an emergency session of the World Science Council, she thought about all the times she'd been told to give up, to accept the supposed limitations of physics. Those dismissals had only pushed her to think differently, to question everything, to find paths others couldn't see. Dr. Martinez, her AI assistant, interrupted her thoughts. Military command is requesting immediate consultation regarding defensive applications of the quantum field technology. Isabella nodded, already pulling up relevant research files. The aliens thought they were coming to teach humanity a lesson about playing with forces beyond their understanding. They would learn instead that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in following established paths of scientific advancement, but in finding new ways forward when everyone said progress was impossible. The quantum core pulsed steadily behind her, its rhythm now matching her resolve. Earth might be facing its greatest challenge, but Isabella Martinez had spent 15 years proving impossible things were possible. One more impossible victory wouldn't change that pattern. As she prepared her presentation, emergency alerts began flooding global networks. The alien vessels had entered the solar system, their massive forms detected by outer system monitoring stations. Humanity had perhaps days to prepare for their arrival. Isabella looked at her team, seeing not fear but determination in their eyes. They had been ridiculed alongside her, had believed when no one else would. Now their persistence might be all that stood between Earth and an alien force that thought humans too primitive to handle advanced technology. "Begin full-scale testing," she ordered. "Let's show our visitors what happens when you tell humans something is impossible." The lab erupted into activity, screens filling with data as the quantum core's power increased. Whatever came next, humanity would face it with the same spirit that had driven them to reach for the stars even when they were told they couldn't touch them. The impossible had always been humanity's specialty. These aliens were about to learn why. Beyond known physics, the quantum lab's emergency lighting cast an eerie blue glow across rows of holographic displays as Dr. Isabella Martinez reviewed the latest sensor data. The alien fleet had passed Jupiter's orbit, their massive ships moving with impossible precision. Each vessel radiated quantum signatures that made Earth's most advanced technology look primitive by comparison. "Look at these power readings," Dr. Raj Kumar, Isabella's lead theoretical physicist, pointed to a particularly intense energy spike. "They're using quantum fields we haven't even theorized yet." Isabella studied the data, her mind racing through possibilities. "No, Raj. Look closer at the base frequency patterns. They're not using unknown physics. They're just applying principles we already understand on a much larger scale." The revelation hit her like a thunderbolt. Earth's scientists hadn't failed to grasp quantum mechanics. They'd simply been thinking too small. While her team had worked to maintain quantum coherence in carefully controlled laboratory conditions, these aliens had scaled the technology to power starships. Admiral Nathan Hayes' hologram materialized in the center of the lab, his expression grim. "Dr. Martinez, please tell me you have something we can use. The fleet will reach Earth orbit in less than 48 hours. "We might," Isabella replied, gesturing to her latest simulations. "We've been analyzing their quantum signatures. Their technology operates on the same basic principles as ours. They've just mastered large-scale application. Can we defend against it?" "Better," Isabella smiled. "We might be able to disrupt it. Their systems are more advanced, but they follow predictable patterns. We've detected fluctuations in their quantum fields that suggest vulnerability to targeted interference." The Admiral's hologram flickered as he leaned forward. "Explain." "They've optimized their technology for efficiency, but that optimization makes it less adaptable. Our primitive approach might actually be an advantage. We're used to working with unstable systems, finding ways to make unreliable quantum effects useful. Across the lab, dozens of scientists and engineers worked frantically, modifying equipment and running simulations. The quantum core hummed louder as they pushed it to new limits, testing theories that would have seemed insane just weeks ago. Director Thompson is dead, Admiral Hayes announced suddenly. Heart attack during the evacuation. You're now acting director of the Institute, Dr. Martinez. Whatever you're planning, you have full authority to proceed. Isabella felt the weight of responsibility settle onto her shoulders. Thompson had doubted her theories for years, but he'd still given her the resources to pursue them. Now Earth's survival might depend on proving him wrong one last time. Begin Protocol Omega, she ordered. Activate all quantum nodes globally. We're going to show our visitors what human engineering can really do. Around the world, hidden facilities powered up, each housing the smaller version of Isabella's quantum core. Individually, they were barely powerful enough to maintain stable fields. Together, linked through carefully designed quantum entanglement, they formed something unprecedented, a planetary-scale quantum network. They're broadcasting again, Raj reported. Another alien message filled their screens. Your primitive attempts at quantum manipulation have been detected. Cease immediately or face consequences. Your species cannot comprehend the forces you tamper with. Isabella's hands flew across holographic controls, making final adjustments to the global network. They still think we're children playing with toys we don't understand. Let's show them how wrong they are. The quantum core's hum rose to a fever pitch as power levels approached theoretical limits. Warning signals flashed across multiple screens, but Isabella pushed forward. They'd designed these systems to be stable, predictable, safe. Now they needed them to be dangerous. First test firing in 3 minutes, she announced. All stations prepare for quantum pulse transmission. Admiral Hayes' hologram watched tensely. What exactly will this do to them? Best case, disrupts their quantum fields completely, disables their ships without destroying them. Worst case, Isabella shrugged. We prove humans can hurt them. Either way, they'll have to take us seriously. The countdown reached 0. Isabella took a deep breath and activated the global network. Every quantum core on Earth pulsed in perfect synchronization, their combined energy focused through carefully positioned satellites. At first, nothing seemed to happen. Then their sensors lit up with massive energy distortions around the alien fleet. Several smaller vessels tumbled out of formation, their quantum fields fluctuating wildly. Direct hits, Raj shouted. Multiple ships showing significant field instability. The alien response was immediate. Their next transmission carried none of their previous condescension. You dare attack vessels of the Galactic Concordat. Your species will pay dearly for this primitive. The message cut off abruptly as Isabella triggered another pulse, this one precisely targeted at their communication systems. In the sudden silence, she allowed herself a small smile. Send them a message of our own, she ordered. Tell them this was a warning shot. We may be primitive by their standards, but we've learned to be very, very good at breaking things we don't fully understand. As her team prepared the response, Isabella studied the sensor readings from their attack. The aliens' quantum technology was incredibly advanced, but it followed rigid, predictable patterns. Human engineering, born of necessity and endless improvisation, had proven more adaptable. They're regrouping, Raj reported. Energy signatures suggest they're charging weapons. Isabella nodded, already modifying the quantum network for a sustained defense. Let them come. They thought they were dealing with children playing with forces beyond their comprehension. Time to show them what those children have learned. The real battle was about to begin, and humanity's greatest weakness, their tendency to experiment with dangerous forces they didn't fully understand, had become their greatest strength. The quantum core's hum filled the lab, a sound no longer of scientific progress, but of humanity's determination to survive. The aliens had come to stop Earth from advancing too quickly. Instead, they would learn why humans had always excelled at doing the impossible. It was time to show the galaxy why you should never underestimate a species that had turned breaking theoretical limits into an art form. Pride before the fall. The alien fleet's first strike came at dawn. Brilliant beams of quantum-enhanced energy lanced toward Earth's major cities, expecting to find minimal resistance. Instead, they'd met Isabella's planetary defense grid, quantum shields holding at 87%. Raj announced, his voice steady despite the massive energy signatures lighting up their screens. Their weapons are powerful, but predictable. Isabella watched the battle unfold through the lab's holographic display. The aliens' attack patterns revealed both their technological sophistication and their fatal flaw. They had no concept of human ingenuity. Fleet Commander Voss demands immediate communication, her AI assistant reported. Put them through. Isabella nodded, straightening her lab coat. The alien commander's hologram appeared, their crystalline features twisted with frustration. How? Voss demanded. Your species barely understands quantum mechanics. These defenses should be impossible. You made the same mistake everyone else did, Isabella replied. You assumed because we didn't follow your path of development, we couldn't achieve similar results. Humans have a talent for finding unexpected solutions. The aliens' response was to launch another barrage. This time, their weapons had been modified, attempting to pierce the quantum shields through brute force. Isabella's team had anticipated this. Activate Protocol Lambda, she ordered. The planetary defense grid shifted frequencies, adapting to the new attack pattern. More importantly, it began absorbing the enemy's energy, feeding it back into Earth's quantum network. They're powering up their main weapons, Raj warned. Energy signatures off the charts. Isabella smiled. Perfect. Initiate counterattack sequence. Around the world, quantum cores pulsed in harmony. The energy they'd absorbed from the alien attack was redirected, focused through carefully positioned satellites. The result was devastating. Alien ships tumbled out of formation as their quantum fields collapsed. Their elegant technology, optimized for efficiency, proved vulnerable to the chaotic, unpredictable patterns of human quantum manipulation. Impossible. Voss's hologram flickered. You cannot have mastered quantum field disruption. Your species is too primitive. Isabella finished. We never mastered it. We just learned to break it in useful ways. Sometimes the best engineering isn't about perfect control. It's about controlled chaos. The battle continued for hours. The alien fleet's superior technology was matched against human adaptability and willingness to push boundaries. Every time they adjusted their attacks, Earth's defenses evolved to counter them. Admiral Hayes' hologram appeared. Dr. Martinez, we're detecting massive energy buildup in their flagship. They're preparing something big. They're getting desperate, Isabella observed, studying the readings. Their attacks follow textbook patterns. They've never had to improvise before. The alien flagship's quantum core reached critical levels. They were attempting something their own engineering principles said was impossible, an uncontrolled quantum cascade. They're going to sacrifice their flagship, Raj realized. The explosion could pierce our shields. Isabella's fingers flew across holographic controls. They think we won't expect them to violate their own safety protocols. Activate all quantum cores at maximum power. Let's show them humans wrote the book on dangerous experiments. The planetary defense grid hummed with more energy than it was ever designed to handle. Warning signals blared as safety systems were bypassed. But Isabella had spent her career being told what was impossible, and she'd learned that impossible usually just meant no one had been desperate enough to try. The alien flagship exploded in a blast of quantum energy that made their previous attacks look like firecrackers. The wave of destructive force approached Earth at near-light speed. Brace for impact, Isabella commanded. All cores redirect power to forward shields. The quantum shield bent, but didn't break. More importantly, it did what the aliens thought impossible. It contained and redirected the explosion's energy, channeling it through the global network. When the light faded, Earth's defenses still stood. The remaining alien ships hung motionless in orbit, their quantum systems temporarily overloaded by their own attack. "Send them a message," Isabella told her ally. "Tell them Earth is offering a chance to retreat. They can leave with their fleet intact, or stay and learn exactly how creative humans can be when pushed too far." The alien response came quickly. Their fleet, minus the sacrificed flagship, began withdrawing to a safer distance. "They're requesting diplomatic contact," Admiral Hayes reported. "Apparently, they've decided we might be worth talking to after all." Isabella nodded, finally allowing herself to relax slightly. Amazing how proving you can hurt someone improves communication. As the adrenaline faded, she looked at her team with pride. They'd taken technology everyone said they couldn't understand and turned it into Earth's salvation. More importantly, they'd shown the galaxy that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in mastering established principles, but in finding new ways to apply them. The quantum core's hum had changed pitch, adjusting to its new role as both defensive shield and diplomatic bargaining chip. Earth had earned its place among the stars not through careful advancement, but by proving that sometimes the best engineering comes from those willing to break all the rules. The engineering miracle. 3 days after the failed alien assault, Isabella's team worked to adapt their defensive technology for peaceful purposes. The quantum network that had saved Earth could revolutionize energy production, communication, and space travel, if they could stabilize it. "The Concordat delegation arrives in 6 hours," Admiral Hayes reminded her. "They're expecting a demonstration of our quantum engineering capabilities." Isabella monitored the quantum core's frequencies while her team calibrated the new modifications. They'd spent 72 hours straight reverse engineering captured alien technology, combining it with their own innovations. "Integration test successful," Raj announced. "The hybrid system is achieving 300% better efficiency than either technology alone." This was humanity's true victory, not just defending against superior technology, but improving upon it. Where alien engineers sought perfection through careful advancement, humans excelled at combining disparate technologies in ways their creators never imagined. The alien diplomatic vessel arrived precisely on schedule. Fleet Commander Voss led their delegation, accompanied by their chief scientist, Dr. Zenith. Their crystalline features betrayed both curiosity and lingering pride. "Demonstrate this hybrid system," Zenith demanded. "Our analysis suggests such integration should be unstable." Isabella activated the modified quantum core. The chamber filled with swirling patterns of energy as human and alien technology worked in perfect harmony. Unstable doesn't mean unusable. Humans specialize in controlling chaos. Zenith studied the readings with growing amazement. "You've solved cascade interference issues we've struggled with for centuries." "How?" "By accepting imperfection," Isabella explained. "Your engineering seeks perfect stability. We've learned to work with controlled instability, using quantum fluctuations instead of fighting them." The demonstration continued as Isabella's team showed how they'd improved upon alien designs. Each innovation challenged centuries of established theory. The aliens had built their technology through careful iteration. Humans had been forced to think laterally, finding solutions in unexpected places. "Your species continues to surprise us," Voss admitted. "Perhaps we were hasty in judging your development." "Hasty in trying to stop it, you mean," Isabella corrected. "Humanity's greatest advances often come when someone tells us something's impossible." As they toured the facility, Isabella revealed their latest breakthrough: a way to use quantum fields for instantaneous communication across vast distances. The aliens had never attempted it, believing the energy requirements too extreme. "But it works?" Zenith asked, examining the prototype. "We're still fine-tuning it," Isabella acknowledged. "But yes, sometimes the best solutions come from not knowing something should be impossible." The diplomatic meetings that followed would reshape humanity's place in the galaxy. The Concordat, impressed by Earth's innovations, offered technology exchange programs. but they found themselves learning as much from humans as they taught. Isabella's team continued pushing boundaries, combining alien precision with human creativity. Their hybrid technology spread throughout Earth's defense network, protecting against future threats while advancing scientific understanding. The Concordat Council has officially recognized Earth as a Level 7 civilization. Admiral Hayes announced weeks later, "We've jumped 3 development levels based solely on our quantum engineering achievements." Isabella barely heard him, already focused on new experiments. They'd proven humans could match alien technology. Now it was time to surpass it. The quantum core pulsed with newfound power, human and alien engineering working together to reshape the possible. Earth had earned its place among the stars not through careful advancement, but by proving that sometimes the best solutions come from those willing to question every limitation. "Begin final sequence," she ordered, initiating their most ambitious experiment yet. The aliens had shown them the established path of technological development. Now humans would show them some shortcuts they'd never considered. The future opened before them, full of possibilities that even the advanced Concordat had never imagined. Humanity had proven itself not just capable of matching alien technology, but of revolutionizing it. And this was just the beginning. Victory through innovation. 6 months after Earth's first contact with the Galactic Concordat, Isabella stood aboard humanity's first quantum-powered starship. The vessel represented everything unique about human engineering, a hybrid of alien precision and human ingenuity that outperformed pure Concordat technology. "Final systems check complete," Raj reported from his station. "The quantum drive is operating at 127% of theoretical maximum efficiency." The bridge hummed with energy as human and alien technology worked in perfect harmony. What had begun as a desperate defense system had evolved into something revolutionary. Fleet Commander Voss and Dr. Zenith observed from the command deck, their crystalline features reflecting the quantum core's pulsing light. They'd come to witness humanity's latest achievement, or failure. "Begin transition sequence," Isabella ordered. The quantum drive engaged, creating controlled instabilities that the aliens had always avoided. Humans had learned to surf the quantum chaos, using it to achieve what the Concordat thought impossible. The ship shifted into quantum space smoothly, achieving faster-than-light travel using a fraction of the energy required by traditional Concordat vessels. More importantly, it maintained perfect stability using systems that alien engineering said should tear themselves apart. "Impossible," Zenith whispered, studying the readings. "You've solved the quantum turbulence problem." "No," Isabella corrected. "We embraced it. Your engineers tried to eliminate quantum turbulence. We learned to use it." The demonstration continued as Isabella's team pushed the ship to its limits. Each achievement challenged centuries of established theory. The Concordat had built their civilization on careful progress. Humans had taught them the value of controlled chaos. The ship's quantum communications array activated, connecting instantly with Earth across light years of space. Another impossible achievement made reality through human determination. "The Concordat Council has reached a decision," Voss announced formally. "Earth is hereby recognized as a primary innovation center. Your species will help guide the future of quantum engineering throughout the galaxy." Isabella nodded, already focused on new possibilities. They'd proven humans could surpass alien technology. Now they would reshape the galaxy's understanding of what was possible. The quantum core pulsed with newfound power, human creativity, and alien precision working together to forge a new path forward. Earth had earned more than just survival. They'd gained the opportunity to show the galaxy why sometimes the best engineers are those who refuse to accept limitations. "Begin new test sequence," Isabella ordered. The aliens had shown them where the boundaries were. Now humans would show them how to break those boundaries safely. The future stretched before them, full of possibilities that even the advanced Concordat had never imagined. Humanity had proven itself not just worthy of joining galactic civilization, but capable of leading it into a new era of innovation. And somewhere, in labs across Earth, Other scientists were already working on the next impossible breakthrough. Because that's what humans did best. They took the impossible and made it routine. The quantum drive hummed, carrying humanity's first starship deeper into space. They had defended Earth through innovation. Now they would change the galaxy through it, one impossible achievement at a time.